What if the foods you've been told to avoid, like shrimp, lobster, oysters, and crab, were actually some of the most powerful tools for lowering blood sugar, healing nerves, and fighting diabetic damage? In this video, we're diving into the ocean to uncover 5 shellfish that are low carb, high nutrient, and shockingly good for diabetics. One of them has zero carbs, another helps reverse inflammation, and one, it delivers over 300% of your daily B12 in just a few bites. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which shellfish can help transform your diabetic health. First on list, shrimp. Some people say shrimp is bad for cholesterol. Others say it's too salty. But what if I told you that shrimp might be one of the best kept secrets in blood sugar control for diabetics? Shrimp isn't just safe for diabetics, it's potentially one of the most metabolism-friendly, anti-inflammatory, blood sugar-neutral foods you can add to your plate. This isn't hype, this is science. Let's break it down and see how this tiny ocean creature can have a big impact on diabetic health. Shrimp contains virtually zero carbohydrates. That means it has zero direct glycemic impact, no glucose, no starch, no fiber, no sugars. So unlike high-carb meals or even some lean meats with added marinades, plain cooked shrimp doesn't raise blood sugar levels at all. In fact, shrimp offers something even more powerful. It helps stabilize blood sugar indirectly by supporting muscle mass, metabolic health, insulin function, and inflammation reduction. A 3-ounce serving of cooked shrimp provides about 84 calories, a whopping 20 grams of high-quality protein, 40% of your daily value, and just zero point 0.2 grams of fat. No carbs, none. And here's what makes that protein powerful. It's rich in the amino acid arginine, which research shows may help improve insulin sensitivity and endothelial function in diabetics. Now let's talk about what shrimp gives your body beyond just protein. That same 3-ounce portion supplies nearly 48% of your daily selenium needs, a critical antioxidant mineral that helps prevent cellular damage in people with high blood sugar. It also delivers around 21% of your daily vitamin B12, which is essential for protecting your nerves, boosting red blood cell formation, and preventing diabetic neuropathy. You'll also get about 12% of your daily phosphorus, supporting bone strength and kidney filtration, 2 areas of concern in diabetes, and you're looking at 15% of your daily choline, which plays a major role in liver detox, insulin signaling, and brain function, especially important for those with diabetes-related brain fog or early memory decline. But wait, what about the cholesterol? Here's the truth. Shrimp does contain dietary cholesterol, about 161 milligrams per 3-ounce serving, which is about 54% of your daily recommended limit. But modern research confirms that for most people, dietary cholesterol has minimal effect on blood cholesterol. In fact, some studies suggest shrimp may actually raise HDL, the good cholesterol, while leaving LDL unchanged or even lowered. So if you're avoiding shrimp just because of cholesterol myths, you could be missing out on one of the cleanest, most nutrient-dense proteins available to diabetics. Now here's a bonus most people don't know. Shrimp contains a natural reddish-pink pigment called astaxanthin, a powerful antioxidant shown to reduce oxidative stress, improve blood flow, and protect the eyes, nerves, and blood vessels. That's huge for diabetics dealing with complications like neuropathy, retinopathy, or poor circulation. And since shrimp is high in protein but low in calories and fat, it's ideal for weight control, one of the most powerful ways to improve insulin resistance and lower A1C. You're getting clean, complete protein with virtually zero blood sugar load. That's a win-win. For flavor and blood sugar control, go for grilled, boiled, or sautéed shrimp with olive oil, lemon, garlic, or herbs. You can even pair it with non-starchy vegetables like broccoli or spinach for a complete blood sugar-friendly meal. And for portion control, stick with about 3 to 4 ounces. That's 7 to 9 medium shrimp. Plenty to get the benefits without going overboard. Health tip: some store-bought or frozen shrimp can be high in sodium, especially if it's pre-cooked, brined, or preserved in salt water. Some brands contain over 500 milligrams of sodium per serving. That's more than 20% of your daily limit. For the best results, choose fresh or frozen wild-caught shrimp without additives, and always check the label. Your heart, kidneys, and blood pressure will thank you. Shrimp is impressive, but what if the next shellfish had even more protein and powerful fats that protect your heart and balance your sugar? You won't believe how small, but mighty this one is. Second on list, mussels. Let's talk mussels, the soft-shelled ocean gems that most people overlook. Yet they deliver one of the most concentrated doses of metabolic nutrition in the entire seafood world. Mussels are incredibly blood sugar friendly. A standard 3-ounce serving of cooked blue mussels contains only 4.1 grams of total carbs, including zero point 0.2 grams of fiber, which brings the net carbs to around 3.9 grams, or just under 2% of your daily value. That means they have a very low glycemic impact, especially when eaten alongside fiber-rich vegetables or healthy fats. Now pair that with 20 grams of protein per serving, a full 40% of your daily value, and you've got a food that supports glucose control, appetite regulation, and lean muscle maintenance. That's critical for diabetics who are aiming to improve insulin sensitivity through diet. But what makes mussels a true metabolic powerhouse is their dense, multi-layered nutrient profile. That same 3-ounce serving delivers an astounding 340% of your daily value for vitamin B12, a key nutrient for nerve repair, mental clarity, and energy metabolism. That's especially important if you're diabetic and on medications like metformin, which can deplete your B12 stores over time. You'll also get about 28% of your daily value for iron, 14% for zinc, 22% for selenium, and 26% for manganese, a trace mineral that plays a role in regulating blood sugar and reducing oxidative stress in cells. Let's not forget the omega-3s. Mussels are surprisingly rich in eicosapentaenoic acid, EPA, and docosahexaenoic acid, DHA, the long-chain omega-3 fatty acids that are scientifically proven to reduce triglycerides, support vascular health, and improve insulin function. These fats also help protect against inflammation-related complications like neuropathy, heart disease, and cognitive decline, issues diabetics are at much higher risk of developing. Just one serving gives you around 500 to 600 milligrams of omega-3s, which brings powerful anti-inflammatory protection at a very low calorie cost, about 146 calories per 3-ounce serving. Mussels also contain a unique compound called taurine, an amino acid shown in recent studies to improve glucose metabolism, reduce blood pressure, and protect nerve tissues from diabetic damage. Add in trace amounts of magnesium, potassium, phosphorus, and copper, and you've got one of the most complete nutritional profiles in the entire seafood category. Worried about cholesterol? Don't be. A 3-ounce serving contains just 48 milligrams of cholesterol, or 16% of your daily value, which is lower than shrimp or lobster. And sodium? Around 286 milligrams per serving, about 12% of your daily value. Just be careful with pre-seasoned, frozen, or canned versions that might push sodium levels higher. For the cleanest option, always go with fresh or frozen mussels that list no added salt or preservatives. Here's how to fit mussels into a balanced diabetic day. Try 3 to 4 ounces for dinner, steamed with garlic, lemon, and olive oil, served over spiralized zucchini or cauliflower rice. For the rest of your day, go with a veggie egg scramble for breakfast, a lentil salad with mixed greens and olive oil for lunch. And you've created a full day of eating that supports steady blood sugar, improved cholesterol, and inflammation control, all without a single crash or craving. And don't underestimate how gut-friendly mussels are. They contain prebiotic compounds that support healthy gut bacteria. Important because the gut plays a major role in inflammation, glucose metabolism, and immune regulation. A healthier gut often means better glucose stability and less insulin resistance. So before we move on, tell me, have you ever tried mussels before? And where are you watching this video from? Drop your city or country in the comments. That was surprising, right? But now we're heading into a shellfish most people say for celebrations, yet it could secretly be one of the smartest diabetic foods on the planet. Third on list, lobster. All right, let's break into lobster. Often seen as a luxury indulgence, but surprisingly, it's a metabolic ally for diabetics when prepared the right way. Behind the claws, butter, and surf and turf image is a low-carb, high-protein powerhouse packed with nutrients that target some of diabetes' biggest complications. blood sugar swings, nerve damage, inflammation, and metabolic slowdown. Let's dive in. Lobster is naturally very low in carbohydrates. A standard 3-ounce serving of steamed lobster meat contains just 1 gram of total carbs, which is less than 1% of your daily value. That means it has a minimal glycemic load and virtually zero effect on your blood sugar levels. Even better, you're getting a solid 17 grams of protein, which is 34% of your daily value. A clean, lean source of fuel that slows digestion, stabilizes glucose, and supports muscle health. And when your muscles are strong and active, they pull more glucose from the bloodstream, naturally improving insulin sensitivity over time. But lobster's value for diabetics goes far beyond just protein. That same 3-ounce portion gives you 124% of your daily value for copper, a mineral that's often overlooked but plays a major role in nerve protection, red blood cell formation, and cellular energy, all vital in managing diabetic fatigue and neuropathy. It also delivers about 34% of your daily value for selenium, supporting thyroid health, immune regulation, and antioxidant defense. And don't miss the 89% of your daily value for vitamin B12, one of the most critical nutrients for nerve repair, brain health, and energy metabolism, especially in diabetics who often face deficiencies due to long-term medication use. You'll also get 12% of your daily value for zinc, a mineral that helps regulate insulin, reduce inflammation, and support wound healing. And though it's often not mentioned, lobster also offers modest but beneficial amounts of magnesium and phosphorus, two nutrients important for nerve conductivity, glucose processing, and kidney health. Now let's address the elephant in the room: cholesterol. A 3-ounce serving of lobster contains about 70 milligrams of cholesterol, which is 23% of your daily value. Not insignificant, but still lower than eggs or shrimp. And more importantly, current research shows that dietary cholesterol doesn't significantly raise blood cholesterol in most people, especially when the rest of the diet is low in processed fats and sugars. So if you're managing your blood lipids and glucose carefully, lobster fits perfectly fine in a diabetic-friendly meal plan. What about sodium? Steamed lobster meat contains around 320 milligrams of sodium per 3-ounce serving, which is 13% of your daily value. That's something to be mindful of, especially if you have high blood pressure or kidney concerns. But the real sodium danger comes from restaurant versions soaked in salted butter or frozen pre-seasoned lobster tails that can push sodium well above 600 milligrams per serving. So if you're buying it yourself, always go for fresh or frozen plain lobster and season it lightly at home. Now let's talk portion control. For most diabetics, 3 to 4 ounces of lobster, roughly the amount that fits in your palm, is the perfect serving. It gives you all the metabolic benefits without overloading sodium or cholesterol. Want to know how to use it in a smart, balanced day? Here's one easy example. Start your morning with a fiber-rich breakfast, maybe oatmeal with chia seeds and a handful of berries. For lunch, go with a veggie-packed salad and grilled chicken or tofu. Then for dinner, enjoy your lobster. Serve 3 to 4 ounces of steamed lobster over cauliflower mash or with sautéed spinach and olive oil. Add a small side of avocado or a few walnuts for healthy fats. This creates a complete glucose-steadying, anti-inflammatory day of eating, one that feels luxurious, but works hard behind the scenes to support your blood sugar and metabolic health. Here's how to make lobster delicious and diabetic safe. Skip the drawn butter and instead drizzle with lemon juice, olive oil, and fresh herbs. You can also fold lobster into zucchini noodles, stuff it into bell peppers with garlic, or use it in a light soup with kale and carrots. These combinations not only taste amazing, they optimize insulin response and nutrient absorption too. Think lobster was luxurious? The next one might just blow it out of the water, especially if you're low on energy, struggling with nerves, or need a serious mineral boost. Fourth on list, oysters. Let's get into oysters, one of the most surprising, misunderstood, and nutrient-dense shellfish out there. Especially for diabetics, oysters offer a unique blend of trace minerals and metabolic support that you won't find in many other foods. But there's a lot of confusion surrounding their safety, blood sugar impact, and even cholesterol. So let's uncover the truth. Oysters are another virtually zero-carb food. A typical 3-ounce serving, about 6 medium raw oysters, contains just 4.8 grams of carbohydrates, and that includes zero point 0.5 grams of fiber. That's under 2% of your total daily carb target if you're aiming for 200 grams per day, which means oysters are considered extremely low on the glycemic scale. In fact, their glycemic index is estimated to be so low, it's effectively neutral in terms of raising blood sugar. What's more important is what they give in return. That same 3-ounce portion provides about 69 calories, 8 grams of high-quality protein, 16% of your daily value, and only 2 grams of fat, most of it being heart-healthy omega-3s. But here's where oysters truly shine. Their micronutrient profile is off the charts. Let's start with zinc. Just 6 oysters deliver a staggering 291% of your daily value. That's nearly 3 days' worth in one serving. Why does that matter for diabetics? Because zinc plays a critical role in insulin production, glucose metabolism, and immune regulation. It also helps protect pancreatic beta cells from oxidative stress. Studies show that many people with diabetes are chronically low in zinc, especially those on long-term medications like metformin. Including oysters in your diet can help restore those levels naturally. And it doesn't stop there. Oysters are also rich in vitamin B12, about 362% of your daily value per 3-ounce serving. That's a major plus, especially since B12 deficiency is common in diabetics and directly linked to fatigue, nerve pain, and even brain fog. You also get about 55% of your daily selenium, crucial for antioxidant defense and thyroid support, both of which influence blood sugar. And if you're struggling with slow wound healing or frequent infections, oysters might be a missing piece. Their combination of zinc, copper, 24% of daily value, and iron, 37% of daily value, makes them ideal for boosting immunity and tissue repair. Two things diabetics tend to struggle with. Now let's address a common fear. Cholesterol. Yes, oysters contain dietary cholesterol, about 85 milligrams per 3-ounce serving, or 28% of your daily recommended limit. But again, the myth that cholesterol from foods like oysters raises blood cholesterol has been largely debunked for most people. In fact, oysters are one of the few foods that may raise HDL cholesterol without significantly affecting LDL, making them heart-friendly when eaten in moderation. And don't overlook their omega-3 content, one of the best nutrients for diabetics. Omega-3s help lower triglycerides, reduce inflammation, and protect blood vessels from damage caused by elevated glucose levels. They also play a role in supporting brain function, mood regulation, and nerve health, all areas diabetes can impact negatively. Just a word of caution, raw oysters can pose a risk of bacterial contamination, especially for people with weakened immune systems or liver issues. So if you're diabetic, it's safest to enjoy oysters steamed, grilled, or baked, methods that preserve nutrients while minimizing risk. And always buy from trusted sources to avoid contamination. Want to get the most blood sugar-friendly experience? Pair oysters with lemon, herbs, or a vinegar-based mignonette. Skip the sugary cocktail sauce or buttery breaded versions. Stick to 3 to 6 oysters as a single serving, and you've got a nutrient-rich, low-calorie powerhouse that supports everything from insulin to immunity. That last one was packed with minerals, but now we're cracking into a shellfish that's so clean, so lean, and so underrated. It might become your new go-to protein. Fifth on list, crab. Think crab is just a luxury food with too much cholesterol? Think again. This underrated shellfish might be one of the cleanest, most blood sugar-friendly proteins a diabetic can eat, and its nutrient profile might just surprise you. Crab contains virtually zero carbohydrates. A 3-ounce serving of cooked blue crab, roughly the size of your palm, delivers just 0.1 grams of total carbs. That means its glycemic impact is practically non-existent. It won't raise your glucose levels at all. Instead, it gives you a powerful dose of lean, complete protein, around 16.5 grams per serving, which is 33% of your daily value. That's incredibly efficient for blood sugar control because high-quality protein helps you stay full longer, avoid glucose spikes, and maintain lean muscle mass, essential for better insulin sensitivity and long-term metabolic health. But crab's true power lies in its vitamin and mineral content. That same 3-ounce serving gives you approximately 79% of your daily value for vitamin B12, a crucial nutrient for nerve health, energy, and red blood cell production. For diabetics, this is especially important since B12 deficiencies are common, particularly for those on metformin. You'll also get about 35% of your daily value for selenium, an antioxidant mineral that helps protect nerves, blood vessels, and organs from the oxidative stress triggered by high blood sugar levels. It doesn't stop there. Crab meat provides around 15% of your daily value for zinc, which is essential for wound healing, immune regulation, and insulin production. Plus, you're getting about 30% of your daily value for copper, which supports blood cell formation and bone health, and 20% of your daily value for phosphorus, which helps with kidney filtration, cellular energy, and muscle contraction. All key systems diabetes tends to strain over time. What about fat and calories? Crab is incredibly lean, just 1.5 grams of fat per 3-ounce serving, with only 0.2 grams of that being saturated fat. It contains omega-3 fatty acids in modest but meaningful amounts, helping reduce inflammation, protect blood vessels, and support healthy brain and heart function, areas commonly affected in diabetes. And all of this comes in just 87 calories, making crab an ideal food for those trying to manage their weight, improve insulin resistance, and lower their A1C. Let's address a common myth that crab is too salty or high in cholesterol. The truth? A 3-ounce serving contains only 45 milligrams of cholesterol, which is 15% of your daily value, less than eggs, shrimp, or even some lean meats. As for sodium, plain steamed crab has about 240 milligrams per serving, or roughly 10% of your daily value. That's still well within safe limits for most diabetics. Just avoid imitation or canned crab, which can exceed 500 milligrams and push you overboard fast. For the healthiest results, skip the butter-drenched crab legs and go for grilled, steamed, or sautéed options. Toss crab meat into a salad with avocado and greens, fold it into a veggie omelet, or stuff it in bell peppers with garlic, herbs, and lemon. These combos are not only delicious but also optimize blood sugar control and nutrient absorption. Final thought. So here's the bottom line. Shellfish aren't just safe for diabetics. They're strategic. Whether it's the blood sugar stabilizing power of shrimp, the nerve-repairing B12 in mussels and oysters, the lean protein in lobster, or the anti-inflammatory minerals in crab, these ocean foods offer more than flavor. They offer protection. The key is simple preparation, smart portions, and pairing them with fiber and healthy fats. If you've been afraid of seafood because of myths or confusion, it's time to take a second look. With knowledge, not fear, your plate can be powerful, and these shellfish prove it. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button and join our community of food-smart diabetics. There's so much more to explore together. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.